I don't really have any major updates or anything. Well, I did buy some more Legos, but there are more of some of the small ones. Some more Harry Potter too. Oh, there's a bear again. All right. Otherwise, here we go.
Hear now the lesson of the divine body.
I know this isn't technically a French bulldog, but it's close enough. I have a French bulldog in real life, and that's sad to say goodbye to my other pet. But since I have a bunch of other pets, I might as well finally switch out. Especially since I think this is technically my 251st video. I could be wrong. I might as well switch out now, even though I know I'm. There's that. It must be the same person. If I hadn't seen them, I wouldn't have switched. But yeah, as much as I like the other one, I love French bulldogs. So you know. Oh well, it's sad, but it's a time for a change, I guess. So yeah, that's why I made a change just now. But yeah, otherwise, back to it.
price you're asking is outrageous.
Don't want to pay? That's fine. I'm sure I can find someone who'll meet the price of Skywatch.
Redra, Mako, Ta.
Something catch your eye? Something...
First hold, so much death. I hear the place still smells of fire and death.
Hand of Orion is always on our shoulder, guiding us through life and protecting us from harm.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe. Information. The Ice Reach Covenant at work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming! Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
You there! Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you? Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafingar Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you. Lucky for you. If he had told you any seditious lies and you decided to keep them from us, you'd have been in real trouble. Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators or strangers. And mark my words, you'd rather not get on the wrong side of the High King's guard. Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Welcome! You stand amidst the Circle of Champions, a guild formed to test the greatest fighters of the realm in games of skill. Do you have what it takes? Well then, let's see what you're made of. Participate in one of our games at any of our battlegrounds. Win or lose, doesn't matter. Just get your feet wet. I can offer you a greater challenge after you've learned the ropes.
Kyne's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere. You look sturdy enough. Vampires and sea giants have invaded the island of Kyne's Aegis. We need all the willing warriors we can find to repel the attack. Like I said, a fleet of sea giants and vampires stormed the island, bent on slaughter. Our soldiers fought bravely, but the invaders pushed the last of our troops back to the keep. They'll land the decisive blow any minute. We need help. Gather some stout allies and take this boat north to the island. Once you arrive, speak to Captain Lilmyra. Provided she's still alive, she'll lay out Thane Agvar's plan for defending the island. Kyne preserve you, friend. With your help, we might have some hope of driving the vampires back. Not much, but enough. It's a rocky outpost on the Sea of Ghosts. A fort, some ruins, a fishing village. The only reason we settled on it was its location. It serves as a bulwark against northern invasions, but the defenders never counted on an invasion like this.
you. I mean it. One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker. I don't know any Brondold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours. Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. I don't even like it here. You'll never see me again. He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice. The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing, trying to blend in, but still rough around the edges. Same with their horses, sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager. A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous. You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back. Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidek Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them. Take Brondol's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that. We are stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Skald King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way. They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices. Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, so. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Kyne's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
Reinforce the palace.
You must be one of the recruits from the mainland. Did Tarvera send you? Good. Most of our grizzled veterans have already fallen. We could use a seasoned warrior like you. Talk to Thane Ogvar. He's there by the gate. He's tried to organize a few counterattacks, but we haven't gotten far. With you and your allies' help, we might finally be able to turn these bastards back.
come to help us, huh? I hope you brought some sturdy friends. I wager Stun himself would struggle to turn back Lord Falgraven and his giant allies. Aye, a blood-drinking beast. A fiend of ice and fog. The sea's been rough for days, you see. Bitter winds, cold rain that rakes at the eyes and clings to your beard. I thought it was just foul weather. But then we saw Lord Falgraven's longships. Not just him. Sea giants and their howling half-kin. I'd heard tales of sailing giants, sure, but I never thought they were true. Look, we'll fight to the last. None of us intend to meet a straw death. But against vampires and giants, we need help! Kind bless you, friend. We can't hold this position much longer. We need to push Lord Falgraven's forces back north. My Swordthanes and I will be right behind you. But if we fall, well, I'll lift a mead to you in Sovngarde. Like I said, he's a vampire, or something near to it. Legends say he was a pirate. He and his crew set upon a whaling vessel. But when they went below decks to claim their prize, all they found was corpses and blood fiends. Traveling the Sea of Ghosts, you mean? Ages and ages. Since Ysmir's reign. He vanishes for a few hundred years at a time, but he always comes back. At least that's the tale. Who knows if it's true? All I know for certain is that he's here now. Hard to say. If he intends to mount an invasion on the mainland, Kyne's Aegis is a good place to start. But I don't know. They mean to slaughter us for certain. But seems to me he's gotten his soldiers looking for something. Something on the island. None, I'm sorry to say. There are a few ruins on the island. Dragon cult built them, I wager. We use them for storing mead, tools, anything that doesn't mind the damp. Maybe there's something in there we missed. Watch out!
You look especially delicious.
Yeah, so I had the feeling it was a group thing. That makes sense then. Obviously I won't be able to do this quest, so yeah. Wasn't sure if it was where I needed to be for what's it called? What am I trying to say? Well, actually, I don't know how to get back here now. Yeah, oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, oh well. Alright, off to the next quest.
Kyne's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
to see you in solitude, stranger. Solitude can never be our home. Not like the frontiers of Carthold were. But it has strong walls, and we can bide our time here while we think of what comes next.
I'm supposed to be far. I expected to see a drunken souse named Dobbin walk through that door, not this incredible specimen before me. Tell me, what became of the man I hired? Well, Dobbin's indolence may be my gain. Look at you. I can see you are ready for action at a moment's notice. How would you like to help Skyrim's premier arts college in its moment of need? The storied Bard's College, home of honeyed birds and tear-jerking tunes. For years, a rift within the college threatened to split us apart. One overzealous member hid our antique instrument collection to bring about a truce, but it didn't work. Excellent question. The only clue to their location lie in a song written by the bard responsible, Nell's Hidden Loves. Just as I solved the first verse, that instrument emerged for sale at a secret auction. I wish to hire you to recover it. Now, naturally, you can't walk into a secret auction without the proper attire, especially not the Sapphire Societies. Their events are outre and rare, mind-boggling and taboo fair. No serf sets their affair. Sorry, I can't help myself. All these secret societies love disguising themselves. It gives a sense of excitement to their lives of leisure. Fortunately, bards hear all sorts of secrets. Wearing this robe and mask will get you in the door. You also need the right passphrase. The magnates of the Sapphire Society speak a simple phrase to gain entry into their events. A jewel of blue rules the view. Truly underscored. Excellent. You scan lines quickly, I see. Still, I would avoid any ad-libbing. Remember, a jewel of blue rules the view. Well, I hate to brag, but I am quite famous. Even if I wore the Sapphire Society disguise, the members would immediately recognize my voice. Such is the heavy burden of artistic success. It's a lute called Petra Loop. Actually, it's Petra Lute, but try saying that after 5 strong meads. It was the learning lute at the college for generations, played by dozens, hundreds of bards over the years. It means a lot to us. Well, you and I will save it together. A joint effort, brains and brawn. When they pen the song of this adventure, no doubt you will receive a mention. And what a song it will be, a tale of civil war, misguided decisions, and my stalwart bravery. Many years ago, the college had a collection of legendary instruments. Each inspired great passions. Strength, love, tragedy. There was an argument among the bards. How best should the instruments be used? Some said the instruments were too precious and needed protection. Others asked, What use are they if they can't be played? The two sides actually came to blows. Fretboards and inkwells flying every which way. It was all quite exhilarating. One of the college's greatest bards, Nell Farsong, took them. She thought if the instruments went missing, the fighting could end. So she hid them throughout Skyrim, which ended the war, but only because everyone was enraged at Nell. So she died. Very sad. And she never told a soul where to find the instruments. But while reading Nell's Hidden Loves, I realized it held clues to their locations. If we recover them based on her clues, I'll be a legend.
Speak. Welcome, and enter.
If you want to see our next item, you'll have to wait like everyone else. No private previews. You should know the rules. But believe me, you'll want to stick around for this one. It's a head-turner. The loot? Nice patina. Just a trifle I came across in one of my hunts. It went on the block earlier. Too bad you weren't here then. There was only one buyer. A little bidding war would have warmed up the crowd. Now I do wish you had been here. You are skirting the rules. No revealing identities of buyers. Still, if you had arrived on time, you would know that the buyer behaved like an obnoxious ass. We typically frown upon stumbling about from drink.
The decrees from the Blue Palace are simply absurd. Investigating transfers of suspected stolen property? Who cares where someone got it? If I want it and they have it, I should be able to buy it.
That white mammoth certainly drew quite a bit of interest. So glad I won. They're so rare. Let's just hope the broker didn't cover a brown mammoth in talcum powder. Oh, why am I worried? The broker never lets us down.
Oh look, another masked person. How dreary. If a steak comes back on the block, don't you outbid me. When else will I get to try Argonian? I hear they're all flavour and no fat. Ha! Instrument. Oh, that lute. Yes, a mantelpiece for my music room. Has a nice shine to it. I acquired it for a song. A song! I made a joke, see? Ha! Why are you asking? Disappointed I bought it? Then too bad for you. Buy it? I would never... Oh, wait. You just handed me how much? Well, in that case, of course you can. Take this note and collect your treasure from my servants outside. Please do business with me again.
Yes? Perhaps you seek this one's mistress. She is busy, not to be disturbed. What is this scrap you give Mazalkir? Well, this is her handwriting. This one thinks she has been drinking again, selling things she just bought. Of course, Mazalkir does not steal, even if she deserves it.
You've returned! Have you brought back the Petroloop? Will my fingers glide over its gentle curves once more? Ah, Petroloop returns home! You know, I wooed my first love with this very loot, and my third as well. Thus begins the restoration of the college's famed collection to its former greatness. The history books will remember you for this. I assembled the museum for just this moment, but I think you deserve the honor of placing Petroloop on its podium. After you display the loot, perhaps you could read Nell's hidden loves. I could use your skill in recovering the other instruments. Ah, wonderful! I left a copy of Nell's Hidden Loves on the table there. Have a look. Wonderful! Look at the proud Petroloop in its proper place once more. And we're a step closer to undoing Nell's folly. But there are many other priceless instruments lost somewhere out in the world. They need to come home. Yes, indeed. Let the clues within Nell's Hidden Loves guide the way. As you travel through Skyrim, keep your eyes open. And your ears, too. These are instruments we're pursuing after all. If you find more of them, I'll be here. They say the first one is always the hardest. Everything should be much easier from here. Once you recover all the instruments, I will compose an epic, an adventurer's triumph, to celebrate their return. You will star in it, of course. Of course it will be. We will use the instruments too. They should be revered, yes, but used for special occasions. But first, more instruments. You'll have expenses. Let me weigh you down with some gold before you go. As you fill the museum, bards from all over will make their way to Solitude. Keep working on the clues in Nell's poem. Once we have all the instruments collected, the performance can begin. With the clues in Nell's Hidden Loves and the return of Petroloop, word will travel fast among bards. I hear the vibrations among students, members, and alumni of the college already. Certainly, it will likely open a new dialogue about our legendary instruments, should they return in good order. You began something truly great here. Maestros that were once enemies have already started talking to each other again. Ah, yes, you may not be so familiar with the structure here. Maestros are the faculty of the Bard's College. Master Bards. The head maestro manages the college as a whole. Currently, that is Catrell Gioric.
Yorin didn't mention he was sending you to Solitude. Not that I'm sorry to have you along. An extra blade is always welcome. As soon as Brondgold shows up, we can get things started. He's what? Oh, damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly. We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim Maybe even all of Tamriel depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be? The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out. Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King. Reachman transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man, and the bad blood between him and Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore. Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece. My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon. Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoren's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man? Frankly, yes. He believes Yoren hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoren plots to erode those allegiances. You will not easily earn the High King's trust. You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoren exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns. It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned, then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Yoren claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brondald? Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brondald was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoren the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over. Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brondald thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this? Brondald mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega, who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog, who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us. We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Icereach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn. After the Icereach Coven's attack on the Skald King, we determined they also had plans for Western Skyrim. Yoren's warnings have been ignored, so he sent Brondald to get the lay of the land and me to persuade Svargrim. You can see how that's going. In all honesty, they can't stand each other, but King Yoren doesn't want the Coven to topple Western Skyrim. That would be bad for the East as well as the West. Besides, Yoren was hoping to use this as an opportunity to improve relations. Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe a new tower will liven up the place.
Alright, I'll go ahead and stop here for today. Yeah, so I'm still working on getting a tripod. I'm kind of stuck between which ones I want to get, you know. Do I want like a desk-sized one where I can attach it to things, or do I need a taller one, since the only thing is I don't really stand or record much more than really just my desk. And if I record with my regular camera, I just hold it, you know, or take photos. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but yeah. Otherwise, peace out.